All right, hello everyone. So I want to take just a few minutes to go through one additional problem. It's something we know how to do. It's just putting different things together, but it's just slightly different from what we did today. So I want to take some time to go over it. Before we get to number 17, which is the one I'm talking about, let's talk about 15 just to get a nice review of what we did today. So here for this section just says name the longest and the shortest side. So it's not from longest to shortest. You can do that, but it's just saying what's the longest side and what's the shortest side. So remember, whenever I have two angles and I'm missing an angle, it's always a good idea to find the missing angle. So here we have D and F. So we're missing E, right? So that's the letter we're missing. So we should find what the measure of angle E is, right? So if D is 35, F is 95, what would angle E be? Well, I have to get to 180 total. So if I take away the 95 and the 35 I already have, it seems like we have 50 more degrees left to get to 180. So this would be 50 degrees. Okay, so the longest and the shortest side. So if I want to find the longest and the shortest side, well, the longest we said is going to be across from the biggest angle, right? So if I look at my three angles, the angle that's the biggest is the 95, right? So remember, to find the opposite side is just going to be the other two letters, right? So if I have F here, the other two letters are DE. Because remember, if I want to actually physically draw the triangle DEF, right? So if I look at angle F, the opposite side would be, well, that's the other two letters, right? So DE. So you don't need the diagram, it's just the other two letters. Okay, so for the shortest side, well, the smallest angle we have here is the 35. So really, we didn't even need the 50, but it could have been smaller than 35 or larger than 95. So we always need to check it. But that's the smallest angle. So this across from that would be EF, the other two letters. So that means that would be the shortest. Okay, which means the side that we're missing, which would be what? DF is the middle one, but it's only asking for the longest and the shortest. Okay, so for 17, this section, we want to list the sides from longest to shortest. And now we're listing all three sides, longest to shortest. But notice we don't have the angles anymore. Instead, it gives us variables. So P is this, Q is this, and R is that. So we would have to find the angle. So the only thing I know about a triangle 100% of the time is they add to 180, right? So I can add these three to 180, and that'll allow me to find X, right? So 2X minus 9 plus the 4X plus 7 plus the X. I know that those three angles have to add to 180. Okay, so we can solve this. If I combine all my x's, so we have a 2x, a 4x, and then 1x, basically. So that will give me 2 and 4, 6, plus 1 is that's 7x. Okay, then we have negative 9 plus 7. That'll be a negative 2, right? So negative 2 equals to the 180. Okay, so combine all the x's, add the numbers together. So solving this should be relatively easy. So I could add 2 to both sides. So I'll get 7x is equal to 182. Then I could divide both sides by 7. So it looks like X is going to be 182 over 7, which if I do that, 182 divided by 7 is going to give me 26. Okay, so just solving for X doesn't really help me here because I still don't know what the sides are from longest to shortest. So I need to put the X in, right? So angle P, and I'm going to show the substitution here, well, the measure of angle P. So 2X is 26, so 2X minus 9. Okay, Q is going to be 4x plus 7, so 4 times the x plus 7. And R is easy because R is just x, right? So R is just the 26 degrees. Okay, so we know R now. I'm going to need the calculator for the other one. So 4 times 26, add on 7 is going to give me 111. So I think I know which side is the longest, or the biggest there. And then finally 2 times 26. It's going to be 52, right? And then if I take away 9, it should be 43. Yep, 43 degrees. Okay, so remember, we want longest to shortest. So the longest side, I have to look for the biggest angle. So the biggest angle is going to be Q. Right, so the other two letters would be the P and the R, right? So the opposite side is going to be PR. Okay, so after the 111, the next biggest would be this P here, the 43, which means the other two letters would be the Q and the R. So QR would be the next biggest, and the shortest, well, the smallest angle was the 26 here, the 26 degrees. So if I look at R, the other two letters, if I take away R, are P and Q, right? So P and Q. So PQ would be, and you could just do in alphabetical order. There's no real specific way to name the sides. It's really just the other two letters. The order isn't important. So in order to list the sides, you need to find the angles first. So we can use 180 in order to do that. All right, so you could try number 18 on your own. It's very similar. So you should have no problem doing that now as well.